Hello guys, Vengeancer here. We're doing a Last Chaos video today, and this video is a day late. I meant to do this yesterday, but we're doing it today. Gear is about the same. I haven't changed anything. +5 on some things, the wings, and then still +16 on the 111 weapon. However, my level has changed. I'm 115 now. They had a double XP and double skill point event yesterday to the whole, well, I say double. It was 200% experience and 200% skill point. So I did some grinding, went from 113 to 115. And now this is my life. I'm sitting here at the Hecates, and I'm gonna be sitting here until I have all my passive skills maxed up to this level and this active skills that I need up to this level. Good thing is I don't need to run totems now. They don't do enough damage. I can just use a great healing potion every once in a while, and with the gold that I get back and the occasional drop here and there from the Hecates, it takes care of itself. So the idea is to now just sit here and grind and grind and grind until I have enough skill points. Even with just the cube buff, I'm getting about 1.3 per kill. So the way Last Gas skill points work, if you don't know, every 10,000 skill experience you get 1 skill point. So I'm getting 13,310, so I'm getting 1 skill point and a third of another one, so about 1.3. Sometimes these monsters hit a little harder than the other ones, but between the Force of Moonshine skill, which I regretted getting because it doesn't last as long and it has a long freaking cooldown, but what I can do is I can put that on and it'll help me stay full HP in between using potions. So if I use it now, it regens quite a bit and it lasts for a couple minutes, but it helps with the MP regen, or the mana regen, and it helps with the HP. And the other thing that I'm doing while I'm here is leveling a little Jaguar up. I need to go buy some pet food. I got 3 of these guys, and I have to get all of them to level 60. So this one's 12. This one I'm leveling is halfway to level 4, and then the last one I haven't started leveling yet. The reason the level 12 one I am not leveling is because he's out of food, and I don't have any to feed him right now. I've been trying to save the gold as much as I can. But there's that. The other thing, I put it in storage, but I did drop a 117 helmet. It was green 5 evasion, so when I get 117, I will swap this out and get rid of it. That'll give me more overall evasion. I would love to have a cast helm, but I'm not going to sit there and just grind on golems. I figure it's more important to level up because I'll be replacing that cast helm at high level anyway, so I'm not going to just set at 117 and just farm forever. I'm not going to do that. The other thing that is important here is that dungeon time doesn't matter. So as long as I have cube buff, I can make progress. I don't have to wait for dungeon time, and I don't have to sit and save buffs or whatever. I can come here and grind. So that's a little bit of an update on the Last Gas situation, and we're going to sit here and grind until I run out, so 20-25 minutes. The other thing to note is that the idea is to not level past 115 until I have all the skill points. So right now I'm gaining experience, but when I hit like 85%, 90%, somewhere around there, I am going to full lock my character so that I can stay at 115 and kill these things until I'm caught up. The other option is to let my character level and level until I'm 119 and then go fight the Aguares monsters. But those They're a little bit harder to kill. They have a little bit more HP than the Hecates. They do give a little bit more base skill experience, but they also pull aggro on every monster around, so you're tanking like a bunch at once, and I have to run totems over there. And the drop rate doesn't replenish the cost. So currently, Hecates are my best option. And I put on these little small recovery potions because they don't cost hardly anything, and they increase your recovery by a couple, so it kind of helps. It's pretty cost effective. Throughout the rest of the month of December, every weekend they are running events. I think they're doing one on Friday, which is the 23rd. They're running something, I can't remember what it is, and then the 24th and 25th, which is Christmas, they're running events then too. But they're gonna have jewel events, drop events, upgrade events, and then pet skill events. So some of that stuff we can take advantage of. Their Discord, the announcements section, they have it all listed. Let me think. What else was I going to touch on? Oh, where I've been leveling. I've been leveling in Trivia Canyon. The same place I've been leveling for a long time. I'm pretty sure I made a video or two down there. I've been killing the lost spirit of the sorcerer, or whatever they are, the curse. I forget their exact name. But they give the most experience right now because they die very quickly. And there's a couple of spots where you can constantly kill and you're not having to tank. So I usually set up in the spot where as soon as you see a sorcerer, there's a little spot where I can kill 4, run between them, and pretty much always be in combat. So that's a good thing. But when I am leveling, I have the cube buff. I find somebody to run that for me. Lately it's been Death Touch. He's been helping me a lot. Really cool dude. And but we do with the cube buff, and then he has a cleric that'll hit me with Holy Bless. That helps a lot with the increase of the XP that you're getting. Try to do it during double events, and make sure you're doing it during dungeon time, because dungeon time does affect Trivia Canyon. But with the Q buff, the double event, and the Holy Bless, you're maxed out. I was getting 104 million per kill there. 104 million experience per kill, which is pretty good. And these things are, for some reason, I'm getting hit more than not. I've got 732 magic evasion, so I shouldn't be getting hit that much. I have 1100 physical evasion. Night Shadows aren't too bad on evasion whenever you have mostly evasion gear. You said I'm still using the HP pants from the cube because I could not find evasion pants. When I hit like 120 to 140, somewhere in there, I haven't decided yet, but I will try and switch over to a different set. I just don't want to switch now because I got jewels in all these, and I don't have replacement jewels for those. The wings I won't be switching over because they have 140 magic defense, and they are better than any of the other wings I've ran into so far. So when I find some better, I'll upgrade. Look at this. Miss, 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 miss. I need to swap over to hit rate weapon, I guess. They don't have nearly as much attack, so I'm going to try to wait until I can get to a purple weapon. Higher level. That should make things a little better if we can get some hit rate. But every time you level up, you get hit rate. I'm at 533 magic hit rate, which isn't fantastic. That should be somewhere around 1100. If I had hit rate accessories and hit rate weapon, it would be way higher. But I don't have hit rate accessories. I got the best I could find. I haven't been running the monster combo. So the absorption accessories are definitely on the list as something to get. But more importantly is finishing off the skill point requirements that I'm going to need, and then continuing to level up. Which brings me to the next point. I am rank 38 at 115. If I get my skill points done and then I hit level 121, I'll have to hit 122, but I will be past most of the lower level people. And I will be at 120. There's a Night Shadow at 120, and he doesn't play. He hasn't been active for, hell, since I came back to this game. He's never been active. He used a jump potion. My guild leader knows the guy, and he said, yeah, he doesn't play. He used a jump potion, and he just doesn't play. So I'm the highest level Night Shadow on the server, effectively, at 115. I will be officially the highest when I hit 121 and pass this guy. It'll probably knock him off the ranking. Because I think you fall off after being inactive for so long when someone passes you. But no one else is leveling their Night Shadows. The last guy he got will level 100 in August. It's been months since that guy's leveled, but nobody levels their Night Shadows. I think the zombie guy is grinding, or uses his to grind, but it's an alt of one of the other high levels. And I think he uses it to grind the weavers, the ghosts, as they're called. If you come from Last Chaos back in the old days, everybody called them ghosts because they look like ghosts. But we're working on becoming number 1 Night Shadow. That's the whole goal, and then maybe getting in top 10 highest rank on the server. We'll see. It's very quickly becoming impossible to be in that because there's a lot of guys. As people start hitting 190, I know that Agony plays. I know that Death Touchdown plays. He's the one that helped me. I know Rinsvid plays. I don't know about Amaya. I might be able to knock her off if I get up there that quick. And I don't know about this guy. I'm guessing he still plays. I've seen him around. But some of these guys don't play. But it'll be close to get into the top 10 if I don't make it in the next month or so. Which, depending on how busy things get, I may not. Last thing that I want to touch on, how long have we been? We've been 13 minutes. I got a little bit of time. We're at 679 skill points. I just bought Judgment. I don't use it when I'm just killing these because it costs quite a bit of mana, and the more mana and HP I lose, the more it costs me to grind. And I have 107 million gold, but I'm trying to grow that money. Right now I have 66 magic totems, which I'll need to grind the Sorks when I go to level. And I got quite a bit of potions from playing the Lockaball and the Moonstone statue. But the more potions I use, the more my gold stock goes down. And I'm going to need that gold later on. And it's hard to farm the gold unless you have an alt. Killing ghosts, they're about the best place to make gold. I do have a level 91 War Master that I could farm gold with on the ghost, but he's just does not kill nearly as fast as the Night Shadow, and I just don't like playing alts unless I absolutely have to. So, grinding Sorks right now gives me quite a bit of gold. I just can't do that because now I'm skill point farming. Alright, so the last thing that I got is the skill window, and what we're going to be working towards getting. Let me move it over to the side so I can still do this and not waste the buff while I'm at it. All of these soul skills are absolutely useless on Night Shadow. There is like I want to say it's like a 3-minute cooldown on Soul Drain. Or maybe it's 90 seconds, I can't remember. It's either a minute and a half or 3 minutes. So you can only drain something's soul once every, cooldown cycle for it. And whenever things are dying as fast as they are, it's pretty well useless to drain the souls out, right? Yeah, it's just useless. See, look, there's some gloves. That'll make me a little bit of profit. It pays for the potions that I'm using. So these soul eruption skills, you're not going to use them at higher level because your other skills are going to be on cooldown. This one is pretty much useless. You can disable monsters. It's like a stun. Pretty well useless. So these 4 skills, just a waste to upgrade them. It just costs you so much in terms of skill points and grind time that it's just a waste. And why I run back like this every time is to get the Jaguar Cub so he doesn't get aggro of the monster. It's kind of annoying, but at least I can leave it out and grind. And he's going to be out of food soon, so. Alright, back to the skills window. So I'm skipping upgrading all these soul skills. Soul Eruption does a ton of damage. However, 11,500 is enough because I never use the souls. Soul Buster, it's an AoE, but I don't use the souls. Soul Drain, slow to use, get you 1 soul. No point in upgrading it because the only thing it does is increase the damage it does, and like I said, don't use it. Soul Break, never use that skill. So it's pretty well useless. The Magic Power passive is one of the ones I'll be getting. It doesn't show on here what level you can upgrade it, but that one's important to get. The auras are useless. Aura of Darkness, I don't ever use it. It does reduce the enemy's attack power, but I've noticed that if you have that on, the enemies don't, it messes with the drop rate of items. So whenever I'm drop hunting, I never use it. So it's pretty much useless, and things die quick enough that a lot of time being ranged, they don't even get the aura on them unless you move and stand on top of them. So it's useless to upgrade. Aura of Weakness, you usually solo your magic attack, not physical, so lowering their defense power, useless. Same with Aura of Illusion, it increases your magical crit rate. Supposedly it also increases your magical hit rate. So I guess for like PvP it'd be good, but the crit rate is useless because you get the cube buff, and it increases your deadly hits. So you're never going to use that aura anyway in PvE. So there's a huge amount of skill points you can save right there, just with eliminating those 4 skills and these 3 skills. You're not even going to use them. Mass Drain, I guess you could get that if you wanted to mass drain souls. It casts faster than the other one. However, it's one of those skills that if I have skill points left over, I'll get. Otherwise, I'm not going to worry about it. Just because. Same with this, crit rate passive. There's no point because you do deadly. Useless. Nocturnal Habit is free. It's kind of the Night Shadow's built-in thing. If you grind at night, you get 10% more power, supposedly. I haven't seen it kick in or work. But, then again, I haven't been grinding at night, so there's that. I got 10 minutes to finish this up. Alright, so Deadly Body, that's important. It increases your max health. That's one I'm working on getting. Magic and physical defense increase, passive, that's also good. Those are 2 things that I'm going to be getting. Dark Blow, I max it out when I can. It's important. It's a low cooldown skill, and at level 3 it jumps up a huge amount in power. So, and I think that's at 119, level 119. So I'll be getting that when I level up. Veteran's Composure, don't really care about this skill. You got to go do some quests or something to be able to do that. I went over the Aura of Weakness. Force of Moonshine is one of those. It's kind of on the fence. Like I said, I told you how I use it. When it's back up and I need to, I will use it to regen just to cut down on potions. It helps with MP regeneration more than HP. Flight. Flight is more important later on. Early on, it's not, because like here, I ran here and I saved this spot, so I always teleport here. Like I have a save teleport, so I don't need to run anywhere. And getting down to sorcerers where I level and things like that, they're in dungeons. So everywhere I'm going to be going until 140 plus is going to be in dungeons. So flight is useless. You can't fly in dungeons. You can't attack while you're in flight. It's basically like being on a mount. So you can get that. I mean, take it or leave it. If you got extra skill points, go ahead. Win over Mass Drain. Cop of Night is a PvP skill. You can use it on monsters, but its cooltime is 60 seconds, so I don't know how useful that would be. I guess in conjunction with Judgment, you might be able to chain it for a few seconds. But Cop of Night, I am not. It's not on my list of priorities. I will get it if I have stuff left over. So right now I'm focusing on these two passives, Dark Blow and Dark Morals passive. And that's pretty much it out of all the skills from here up. Misty Chain is the one I'm working on now. It's probably not the greatest skill, but if you have Haste too as a permanent buff, if you get somebody that can give you Haste too, Misty Chain will be pretty good because it's another lower cooldown skill. It's got 15-second cooldown. Level 1, the power is only 6,000, but it is more damage later on. So that's kind of another one of those iffy skills. Force of Moonshine and Misty Chain are kind of like eh. Curse of Blood is also in that eh category. It'll restore your health. It doesn't do very much damage, but it will help you with health regen. But with the magic totems, you really don't see a problem with health. Movement speed, that's a good one to get. I will be getting this. I'm going to add that to my list of things to focus. So movement speed, HP, and magic and physical defense on top of getting Dark Blow and Judgment. Now Judgment is probably the most important skill besides Dark Blow because it is your main skill. It does have a 60-second cooldown, but later on that's going to be lower because you're going to be getting skill cooldown reduction, so it'll reduce that down. But it does a lot of damage, especially later on. But I do have level 1. There's what it looks like. But it does 34,000 of these. Dark Blow does about the same. I missed, so I couldn't see what it did. But it just cost a lot of mana. 380 is a lot at this level. Now later on, you're saving for skills. Pain Field is okay. It does a lot of damage, but it's not a priority. The priority skills are going to be Darkness. It puts you in Apostle mode where you have reduced movement speed, but your attack speed increases greatly. That's going to be one of your big ones, especially with the Deadly buff and the Cube attack buff. You're going to have, you're going to be in Darkness a lot. When you get yourself put into Darkness, using that skill, you're only going to be able to cast Dark Blow and Deadly Light, which is the other main attacking skill, Deadly Light. So Dark Blow, Deadly Light, and Darkness are priorities with a secondary skill of Judgment, and then your passives, which are basically these two, and Dark Morals and Movement Speed. So you got 4 passive skills that are important, and then Judgment is important, and then Darkness, Deadly Light, and Dark Blow are important. So you only got a handful of skills that are really important on the Night Shadow. There are a bunch of skills that fit in the maybe category, which is Curse of Blood, Flight, Misty Chain, Cop of Night, and Force of Moonshine, Pain Field, and then Screaming Soul, which that's kind of useless too. It does quite a bit of damage, I guess, or at least at one point it did, but it's looking like it doesn't anymore. So I'm not even going to worry about that skill. And then Shadow Form is like way high level skill. It supposedly reduces, it's like a big debuff. And you earn So it basically is a super buff for you, a debuff for everyone else. You recover a bunch of stuff and reduce the amount of damage you take by a lot. But you gotta have Stone of the Wise to cast it. So my plan: stay at 115, level until about 90%, 80 to 90%, lock myself 100% so I don't go over until I get these passive skills maxed out. I will buy Misty Chain, but it's not a priority. I will get it before I go, and then I'm going to save up enough skill points to level up Dark Blow and Judgment when I get to 119 and 125. And I got to do some looking about the rest of the passive skills to see what I'm going to need. But basically, I'm going to max to 115, save up for maxing to 125, and then after that, calculate what I'm going to need at 140 and get that. So I guess I'm farming skill points to max up to where I'm at, and then saving for 140. Because at 140, you're going to get more skills. Deadly Light's at 136, Darkness is 140, and once you have that, you're going to kill a lot faster. And then in the Monshine area, you're going to get a lot of skill points, so I don't need to just sit here and farm forever on the Night Shadow. And then later on, at high levels, I can finish off the important skills, and then if I want to later after that, I will max out everything just when I'm grinding for gear and everything else. You know, eventually I'll have all of it maxed out. But the important thing is to make sure that you have your passives maxed out, Dark Blow and Judgment maxed out, and then get the extra fluff skills, I call them, that you want up to there, and then make sure you have enough for Darkness and Deadly Light at 140. And then everything else you can max along the way, because you get a lot of skill points in Monshine when you're grinding, because you're going to be grinding there from 140 up until like 160 something, or I think. It's been a while since I've done the 140 to 165, I think it was, and then everything after that is new, so like the 170, 180, 190, all that will be new to me. But that's what I got on Last Chaos today. I'm not doing anything too exciting, just running skills and skill point farming. So I think I can get some of these passives at around 1,000 skill points, so maybe I'll start getting those. I was thinking about getting Misty Chain, which is 1,800. I may skip that for now, because if I don't have haste, Misty Chain takes forever to cast, and I'm only really using Dark Blow right now on these because they die so fast. So kind of be better off just to get the defense and the HP one first, and the movement speed, and then kick it over. The other thing is I gain ignition. So maybe I can go and do some grinding with that as I gain it too. And just kind of use it to drop form or something. I don't know, haven't decided. But that's all I got for Last Chaos today. Sorry this is a day late. I meant to upload this on Sunday, but it'll just have to go up today. If you enjoyed my rambling and kind of going over my plan for the Night Shadow, just let me know. You know, like, sub if you're not. I plan on continuing to make these types of videos for Last Chaos for the near future. If I can hit the level cap, maybe we can get into some Castle Siege or something like that. There isn't really many people that do that on here. I mean, there's a handful of high-level active players, and some of these guys don't even play. They just have their ranking because they've been that forever, since the server opened. But I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and as always, until next time.